And now, guys, yeah, as we have done with all the roadmap of the complete artificial intelligence. So today, there are some very important things we are going to do it. First one is like I'm going to show you the model all the time. I was speaking about the model all the time. Like we will be training the model, giving the data to the model, and so on. So we are going to see how this model actually look like and how much efforts it requires to prepare this model. Okay. Now you should understand one thing, that the most of you never touch the ML or never touch the DL, deep learning, or they never been into the artificial intelligence before. So we are directly writing a code which all the time we speak about this model. Okay, so for that, before going any further, just let's have it quickly what we have seen it yesterday. So yesterday we have seen what is the life cycle of the data science or artificial intelligence. So now there is the first part and second part. First part is business requirement, data wrangling, and data exploration, data cleansing, and data mining. This comes under the data analysis. Now the second part where we create the model, and model training, means you are going to give the data to the model, and model testing, in a sense, nothing but you are going to test the model whether it is learned from the data or not, and prediction and deployment. So now we are going to see these three steps. Okay, now this is like it's a part of ML. We are going to talk about the part of ML. So first, and okay, let's complete this quick recap. And I explained you what is data analysis. It's a process of analyzing the historic data to find answers to the current situation. Now, again, if you see some definitions where they will say that data collection, data exploration, data cleaning, data transformation, all this will be a part of the data analysis, along with the performing the analyzing the historic data to extract the insights of that. Now, what is data analytics? It is a technique through which analyze historic data to enhance performance of the business by predicting series of future events. Okay. Now, first one is this one we talked about. The first one, that is nothing but the data analysis. That is business requirement, means that is nothing but the client requirement. Data wrangling is collection of the data from the different sources. Again, there it will be like primary data collection and secondary data collection. What do you mean by primary data collection? Primary data collection is where we are going to collect the data from the scratch. Now, we will be working in such a case study that you will not find a data online. So what you are going to do it? We are going to perform the end-to-end process over here. Okay, like we are going to collect the data, we are going to do all the things. That's what it is. Based on the problem statement, we need to collect the data from the scratch, as there is a very slim chance of getting data online. Okay, now what will be my approach? Coordinating, interview, monitoring, survey, research, etc. And there's an advantage of this. We will get 100% reliable data. And there's a disadvantage on this. That is, it is an expensive process. At the same time, it is a time-consuming process. Okay, wherever we have a budgetary constraints as well as the time constraint, then this is not the best one. Okay, now secondary data collection. Based on the common case study, there is a good chance that getting the readily available data from online sources. Okay. Now, for example, the government websites, news articles, electronic media, print media, research papers, and all these things comes. Now, in this case, choosing the right source is the one which plays a very vital role. We have to choose the right one. And then we have done the exploration where we are going to go through, like it's a mechanism through which we examine or inspect the data to find the relevant data as per our requirement. That is, if the data is having some extra columns, we will be removing them. And data cleansing, cleansing is removing the data level errors. How we will remove it? By using the pandas. Again, there will be three types of majorly errors will be there. The one is outliers, noisy data, and missing values. And standardization is another process where we are going to get the data onto the same scale. This is also kind of an error. We have to make sure that data is pretty much standardized. Deduplication, removing the duplication. Verify and enrich. You are going to verify the quality of the data and you're going to enrich it by enhancing that data. Now, this is what we have seen it. Okay. Now, the next step over here is when you look at model building. Of course, data mining is done with the help of the algorithms. That we will see it later. And now model building, model training, model testing. So first I'm going to show you. I will give it as best or top algorithms in machine learning. Now I'm showing it over here. Here it is linear regression, logistic regression, decision tree, SVM, NIBase, KNN. All these are the algorithms. So we are going to see some of them. First one is we will see the logistic regression and decision tree. And if possible, this one also. Remember these names: logistic regression, decision tree, and support vector machines. Okay. Now I'm going to put down over here what are the things. Logistic regression, decision tree, and support vector machines. Okay, 1 second, guys. Now we are going to create the models. Now I will quickly repeat it. What is a model? We have seen it all the time. So model, it is this is kind of a model. You can take it as this is our model. Okay. What do you mean by model means? This you can say it as I repeated a couple of times earlier. Again, I'm repeating it because we are going to create that model. It is a program based on algorithm. Okay. So this is logistic regression is an algorithm. When we prepare a model, that is called as logistic regression model. Okay, that is what it is. I said it, top algorithms in the machine learning. So all these algorithms, we are going to use it to create, right? We are going to write the program based on this algorithm. It looks a bit scary or sounds a bit scary. Why means programming. We never touch the programming. We don't know what kind of program I'm talking about. See, here the real advantage of the Python comes into the picture. What is that is, now this process of building the model will be cut off to at least 2 lines only. That's it. Nothing more. Okay, I'll show you the entire again, we are not going to cover the machine learning as a part of our course, but I'm showing you The machine learning, once you know it, you can do the deep learning as well. It's not a big deal. Okay. Now, first, just imagine, okay, like this is a kind of an area, or you can take it as this is a building. Okay. Now, this building has three major rooms like this. It's having three rooms. One. Okay, this is a one. It came down a bit here. Okay, anyhow, that's fine. Now, this is a second room. This is a first room, second room, and third. This is a building. Now, the name of the building, I want to give it as SK Learn. Clear, guys? What's the name of the building? It is SK Learn. Okay. Now, this room, I will give a name called as tree. I will give it as a tree. This room, I'm giving that the building name is SK-Learn. Now, this room, I'm giving a name as like SVM. And this room, I'm giving a name called as linear model. Okay. So there's a building by the name SK-Learn. And this room, I'm giving a name as tree. Now, this room, I'm giving it as SVM. The last down room, I'm giving it as linear model. Clear? Now, here, there is a person by the name decision tree classifier. In this, there is a person by the name logistic regression. And here there is a gentleman by the name SVC. Okay, the name is SVC. So again, I'm quickly recapping the things. There is a building by the name SK-Learn, and in this there are three rooms: tree, linear model, and SVM. In the tree room, there is a gentleman by the name decision tree classifier. In the linear model, there is a logistic regression, and in the SVM, there is a guy. Now, I will say to this gentleman, this guy, to go and call the decision tree classifier. And how I will guide him? Usually I will guide him, go to this SK-Learn building. He's out of the building. So I'm asking him just go and find the SK-Learn building. In the SK-Learn building, there is a tree room, a room by the name tree. And in that, you are going to call decision tree classifier, right? Now I will explain you how we are going to write it programmatically. From which building? From SK-Learn building. Which room? Dot tree. So we are writing it SK-Learn dot tree. Whom you want to call? Import decision tree classifier. Decision tree classifier. Clear? So now if I want to call the logistic regression, again, I will do the same thing from SK-Learn dot linear model. This time the room is changed, is at linear model. Linear underscore model. Okay. What's the name? Import logistic regression. And what's the third person name? From SK-Learn dot SVM to import SVC. Can you see it? This is what we are importing the algorithm. This is kind of a library. In that library, there's a class called as tree class. From there, I'm importing the algorithm. Okay, that's what I'm doing it. Now I will show it programmatically. Now I will open up my Jupyter notebook. Now this Jupyter notebook is an environment where we are going to write the code. Okay, in next few minutes, I'm going to explain you how to download this Jupyter notebook and what's the use of this Jupyter notebook, why it is called. Okay, now just give me a few minutes over there. Now, just I open the Jupyter notebook, it is down. Says it is starting it. Just give me a few seconds. Yeah, it's starting. Okay. Now, Jupyter Notebook is not having its own interface. So it will be taking the help of your default, what do you call it as library, sorry, browser, default browser. Okay, this default browser, I'm using this default. This is my default browser. That is the Microsoft one. So Explorer. So this default browser, it is taking. Now I said you right, we are going to download it. Now I will go to my desktop. This is nothing but this desktop. This desktop, whatever is there, this desktop, I'm talking about this. Okay. Now in this, like we are going to, I'm just creating a file over here, a folder or anything. This I will tell you guys, please don't worry about, just give me a minute. I will explain you everything. Now, I'm opening the environment. This all I will explain you step-by-step process. Just give me a few minutes once, let's finish it off and then I will explain you how to download. Okay. Now, here I'm importing, I will put it as demo. Name as demo. And what is the algorithm we are going to get it? We are going to get the first decision tree. First from sklearn.tree. That's what I told you over here. Where's the okay? This is a tree. T-R-E-E tree. Decision tree classifier. That's what I told you how to get it. That's what I'm doing it over here. Okay, from sklearn.tree, import decision tree classifier. Fire. Just the play over here, the play button. Can you see it over here? Just click on this and it will run. Now this is important. You are importing the decision tree classifier. Okay. Now I got the algorithm. I got the algorithm. Now I have to create a model. What's the name of this? Decision tree classifier. And I will add this brackets. Okay. Usually we call it as, we are creating an object of this algorithm, whatever we call it as object. Now you can ignore this term. So what you are doing is, again, I'm showing you, we are doing decision tree classifier. And you are going to give it like this. See, this is an object. This is literally, I'm a model. I'm creating a model. So now, whatever the model I was talking it all the time, here, a model based on program, based on algorithm. That is this one only. So I will give a name to this. You can give any name. Okay. Just to identify, because we can make multiple models of this. So to identify these models uniquely, I will give a name. Just like how we have the names, we are all humans, but still we will be having our own names to identify it, right? So that's what we are doing it over here. I will give it as dt underscore model. I can give any name, your name, my name, anything, any name you can give it. It's not a problem at all. So I'm giving it over here, dt model. Clear? Now, I will give it DT model over here and I will run it. Now you see this? This is a model. Literally, this is a model. All the time I was speaking about the model. This is a model. And to this model, you see what is in our here. We build the model. Yes, we have done with the model. What is the next thing? I have to train the model. How to train the model? Train the model means you have to give the data to the model. Of course, we don't have the data over here as of now. Just a minute, someone. Okay. There is, I have to train the model. In other words, I have to give the data to the model and model will learn from the data. Now you got an idea. What is a model? This is the model. This is the model. I don't think so. You require some technical skills to write this, to import this, and to do a parenthesis and give a name and to do this. I don't think so. It's so hard. Okay. And this is how the things goes on. In deep learning, we are going to put it little bit efforts. Here, what is doing is this is doing everything. This is, or taking all the complexity work, whatever the complexity is there, this library is taking care of that. All we are doing is just we are importing this one, we are getting it over here, I'm creating an object and giving a name to that object. This act like a model. That's it. And I want to give the data to the model. How you will give it? DT dot model. DT underscore model is a name I give it. You can give any name. You can give any name to this model. Okay, I'm giving as DT means decision tree model. I give it. Now, what I'll do it, I will do it dot fit. See, now in all the cases, right from the machine learning till in generative AI, in machine learning, in deep learning, the fit is the function which is used to train the model. That means we are going to give the data and that data will be, this model will learn from that data. Simple. Okay. Now, as I don't have any data, okay, I'm going to give it just a word like data over here. Data. Okay, we are supposed to give the data over there. We have to import the data and then we have to get it. We have to get the data into this environment and give the data. The model will learn from the data. Now, if I execute it, it will give me error because the data is not, I'm not having the data. So next one, let's take it. I'm not running this because if I run it, it will give me an error because there's no data over here. So I'm adding one more cell. Now here, if you observe it, so we built the model. I showed you. We train the model. Okay, you are going to train the model. Okay, now next, you are going to test the model. How you are going to do the testing? The testing is nothing but DT underscore model dot score. And here you will give the data again. Now it's like this. You can take it something like this in a very simple way. This model is like a student. Okay, a student. You are giving the data to the student to learn. Okay. Now the person, the DT model, the student will learn from the data. Okay. If you ask him, he will say that, yeah, I've done perfectly with the data. Now I want to get a score. Means I will give the data, similar kind of data, and I will ask him to get me the predictions. What score he will be getting. Just like we are making him write the exam. Okay, what you will do in the exam? You are going to give only questions and you will ask the person to write the answers and we will compare that answers to our original answers. The same thing happens over here. Okay, we are going to give the same thing. And based on the score, what you will get the score. Based on the score, we will be giving him the marks. That's how the things goes on. That's as simple as that. Okay, I will show you a code where you will understand, even though we never touched the coding, we never went into the machine learning, you will understand that entire code. Okay, I will show you. And this is about the decision tree model. Now, what I'll do it is, I'm going to go with the logistic regression. Okay, this is about the decision tree. That's it. Okay, now let's go with the logistic regression. As how we will get the logistic regression? sklearn linear model import logistic regression. Here I will give it from sklearn dot linear model from import logistic regression. That's it. Okay. Now this is important. How you will create a model? So this logistic regression, I will give it LR model. You can give any name. Again, I'm saying how to create the model actually. Logistic regression of, all you have to do it is logistic regression, and we are going to give it off over here. So if I run this one, okay, I will run it over here. We can do it over here like this, or you can do it shift enter. Now, if I give it LR model, that is nothing but logistical. And I want to give the data to it. How you do it? LR model dot fit. And inside this, we are going to give the data. Of course, I don't have the data. I'm just giving a word data over here. That's it. Now, this data, whatever you will give it, this model will learn from this data with the help of the fit function. And whenever you are training the data, whenever you are giving the data to the model, you will use the fit function. This is a standardized function. Nothing, you will be not changing this one. Entire your machine learning, deep learning, and generative AI, you will be using the same fit function. Okay, again, you should understand, we are just started. Like 3-4 days class, we had it completely theory. Now we are looking at the coding, and you are understanding that. Okay, now this is how, and we can go with the score LR model dot score and give the data. That's it. It will get me the score. The score may be like 75, 80, 90 or something. The score is above 75. That says that it's a very good model. It learned from the data perfectly. Above 75. Below 75, then it's not so good model. So we have to find out where the mistake happened. It's a data or the relevancy of the model. What is that? Okay, so that's what we will be doing. So we have done it with the logistic regression. We have done it with the decision tree. Now let's do it another one from sklearn dot. The other one is SVM. Import SVC. That's it. Now all you have to do it is SVC off and give it a name over here, SVM model. Any name you can give it. I will give it as SV model also we can give it. Okay, now let's run it. And then SV model, I want to just check it out whether this is a model of the SV. Sorry. See, SVC. SV stands for support vector classifier. SVC stands for. Okay. Now SV model dot fit, and I will give the data. Okay, and then we will be using score SV model like this. Clear? So this is the way clear. So this is the way the things will be going on. Now, okay, you may say that is this, yeah, this is as simple as that. Now, just now we have seen three algorithms: decision tree, random forest, and sorry, not random forest, linear regression, logistic regression, and SVM. We have seen the three, and all the three we took it from the over the internet over here. We are not doing just like that. I took it all that from the internet and we have done it over here. Okay, now let me show you one a realistic implementation. Here I will take it. Yeah, here. Okay, here we will take it. Here there is a logistic regression. Can you see it? A logistic regression over here. Okay. This is always import. I'm importing the pandas. I'm importing the NumPy. I'm importing the matplotlib. This is a graphical library. This is a this all. Okay. Now this is what I'm doing is I'm getting the a sonar data. There's a data by the name sonar data set. I'm getting that one. Read CSV. Okay, I'm reading it. Okay, this all you will know it over the time. It's not a big deal. So I'm just giving the address. Where is that file is located? I'm getting it. That data is this. Now, this is a tabular data. Okay. Now, always in the tabular data, the data is stored in the rows and columns. Okay. So here you can see 208 rows and 61 columns. So this data is having 208 rows and this is a very, very small data set. Okay. Usually we will be having 10,000, 50,000 rows. These are rows and these are columns. Okay. These whatever is 0, 1, 2, 3 is there. These all are the columns. Here you can see these all are the rows. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go through all these things. This all will be confusing you a lot. This all called as a feature engineering steps. That is nothing but we are going to go through the data and we will remove the errors from the data. That's what we are doing it one after the other. Now here, here, look at this. Okay, let me run this one from here so that I can implement the other algorithms also. I'm running it over here. Just give me a second. Yeah, stuck somewhere. That's okay. It's doing. Okay. Now, okay, let's do it. Now, forget about the data. The data, I got it over here. All the data, whatever the data is there. I'm checking it one after the other. Here, I'm checking the error detection. So there were some errors were there. I'm removing those errors from the data. And okay, now after doing that, this all is a pre-processing steps, we call it as, just like we are doing some before giving the data to the model, I'm doing some pre-processing steps. Here I'm splitting the data. Now here look at this one, guys. From sklearn linear model import logistic, and I created a model. The name I gave it as logreg. Previously I gave it, just now we gave it as LR model. Now I'm giving it as logreg. You can give any name. Okay. Now this is done. Okay, I'm running it. This is done. Now I'm giving the data. This is my data. I split it into X-train and Y-train. This you can take it as X-train consists of all the questions and Y-train consists of all the answers. So based on the questions, it will compare the answer and it will try to analyze the relationship between them. Okay, now I will run this. This is done. Now here logreg.score. Now this is nothing but score. I told you just now over here where you take it as here logistic regression. Okay, we give the fit, we give the score. Here you see I've done the same thing. I've done the fit with X train, Y train and score X test, Y test. When I did it, I got it 88% is a score. 0.88 means into 100 if you do it, that is nothing but 88%. If you multiply this one with 100, then you see this 88% is a score. Okay, now we have done it with logistic regression. Now right away in front of you, I'm going to do it with decision tree. From sklearn dot tree import decision tree classifier. Okay, decision tree classifier. Now I'm giving, I will tell you what is going on over here. Just give me a minute. Decision tree classifier of, and here I will give it a name as DT model. Okay, DT model is nothing but the decision tree. Give the data to this. How you will give the data? DT underscore model dot fit. What is the data will be? X train, Y train. Y train. This is data. Now, as I told you, X train means all the questions. Y train means all the relevant answers. Now, this model will learn from it. Now, it's learned immediately. Now, I will execute it. It learned. That's it. Within that seconds, it will learn. If the data is more bigger and bigger, then that will be taking like maybe some minutes or sometimes hours or sometimes days, and sometimes it may be weeks also. Now there is a chat GPT. Chat GPT is a model. That is nothing but like this. It is a model. So when we gave the data, we gave a very, very large volume of data over the internet. What is there on the world, like whatever the over the internet, www, World Wide Web, whatever the data is there, that data we are using. It will take a lot of time to train it. So it based on the data, it will train it. Clear? Now, once the training is done, I'm going to give the score. How you are going to get the score means, score, you will give it some X test. X test is similar to that of this. These are questions, right? These are the questions. So when I give the questions, it will go through these questions and it will give its own answers. Those answers we are going to compare with our original answers. Like these answers, it will, whatever is come, that will compare. Now it will give the percentage. How much percentage of the answers were correct? 73%. It is 73%. Now here 88%, this is 73%. Now it's just like this. There are two candidates are appearing for the exam. I gave the same question paper to the first candidate, logistic regression, same question paper to the second candidate, that is a decision tree. Now, when I gave that one, the model, like, the first one, He learned it very well and he answered all the questions. His marks is 88. Now the second one, decision tree, he was not able to understand the data very clearly. He was not able to estimate it. His score is a bit low. Got it? So it's almost nearer to the 75. But compared to these two, this one is better. This logistic regression is better over here on this data. Now you can check it out with the other one also. That is like from sklearn dot model dot svm import svc. Now I'll create svc of, I will give it as SV model. I'm giving SV model. Now SV model is nothing but it is an support vector classifier. So here SV model dot fit. What data you are going to give it? X train, Y train. Like this. It learned from the data. And now I want to find out the score. SV model dot score. X test, Y test. Now is 83. So 3 people appear for the same questions. One is logistic regression, one is decision tree, next one is SVC, that is support vector machine. Now out of them, logistic regression got 88% marks, and unfortunately the decision tree was not doing very good. It got it only 73% marks, and when come to the support vector machine, it was doing very good with the 80%. Okay, so this is the way you are right understanding the code of machine learning. So it is pretty damn easy. Okay, now based on, like, when you look at this, you will just the similar one will be your decision. That's it. It will be very much similar. Okay, so this is as simple as this. Okay, now in this 3, for this particular data, that is sonar data, I will ask you which model will be the best. Then you can say it. You can very clearly say that logistic, right? Keep the logistic regression and go further. That's it. Simple. So this is the way actually we are going to create the models. This is the actual creation of the model. I explained you data. We are giving the question and answers, that is X train and Y train. And here we are evaluating X test, comma, Y test. Clear? So this is how the things will be going on with your. Okay. Sai asked a question like, is sklearn is by default the module path? See, sklearn is one of the libraries where it will be having all the like models over there, all the algorithms. Sklearn is that. Yes, in the real time, you are going to use the same path. In the real time, you will be using the same path. That's it. This is how the real-time code is. See here, now just imagine, Sai, here, okay, I will show you this data. Now, can you think that this is my own data? No way. How I can generate that data? This is a realistic data. This is a real-time data. We got a part of that data and we are giving now this. What is this is, I will tell you. Now you will understand in a much better way. See, usually there will be submarines. You understand the submarines, right? Which will travel underwater. and they usually they will be used for the spying purpose, or they want to do some secret operation under the water. So every country has their own maritime borders. Okay, like they have their ocean borders will be there underwater. So these submarines will be slowly, without knowing, as it is underwater, it will come down and it will park itself very close to the maritime border or within the maritime border and try to do the spying. So to avoid such situation, what we will do it is we will keep the mines. Now, let's just like our maritime border over here, Indian maritime border is something like this. It will be there. Okay, I will take it as like this. Okay, this will be Indian. This way, maybe this is our area. This is the borders of map, Indian map. This is the dotted line is just take it as this is the maritime border. So what happens sometimes some submarines will be coming and parking over here in our things. To avoid it, what we will do, we will keep some mines over here like this. We will keep some mines. Okay. Now the same thing, even we do it. Our submarines will go to the other country maritime border and it will start doing the spying. So what will happen is, this is underwater, it will be pretty dark. So this will release. Now, if this is a submarine you are having, we are talking about, this is a submarine, just take it. This submarine will release some signals. We call these signals as sonar signals. Okay, what these sonar signals purpose is to identify the object under the sea or underwater. Now, if there is a mine over here, mine dimension will be different. And if there is a rock is there, rock dimension will be different slightly. When these signals comes and reflect back, then you will be getting these readings. Okay, reflect back when we catch the signals, then we will get these readings. By looking at these readings, we have to say that whether it is a rock or a mine. Rock or a mine. So now, by looking at these readings, if when an experienced person who is spent like maybe around 30-40 years on this reading of these readings, then he can analyze it. But what is our model is, now it is, we train this data to the model in such a way that my model is working with 88% accuracy. That means 100 times out of 100, 88% of the time it will identify it correctly, whether it is a mine or it is a rock. So usually by looking at this data, you can't analyze it until unless you are really experienced. So what we are doing, we are training my model over here with that data so that my model can predict it. What is that? Whether it is a mine or a rock. Now this data is about the sonar. Suppose if I give this data as a cancer patient data, then my model, what it will do? It will be acting like a doctor. It will analyze or it will predict whether a person is having the cancer or not. That is the way you will be using this. It really works like amazing. Literally, it will be like when you have this data and when you give this data, that the data should be in the pure form. Okay, that data should be in the pure form. So in order to make that data pure form, we will go through this process, what you call it as, this data wrangling, data exploration, data cleansing, data mining. Once the data is in pure form, then we are going to give the data to our model. Now my model will be working on the data like this. If you give it a cancer data, it will be acting like a doctor, or if you are giving a maritime, like, sonar data, it will work like an expert marine engineer. Okay, so this is the advantage of this. Okay, now your chat GPT is nothing but a model. Now we are training this one with a small volume of data. How much it is? Like 61 records, so 61 columns and 200 plus records it was. Now your chat GPT, that is called as, this is a model that is called as large language models. Very, very large language models. You will be training with the entire data what is present over the internet. That's the reason why whatever you have, whatever question you have, it will give you the answer. Now, this will not give you the answer on the entire whatever question you ask it. You ask the question about this maritime data, sonar data, it will give you the answer. But if you are asking some other questions, now this model will not work because we trained it on a specific data. But LLMs like ChatGPT, Gemini, or DeepSeek, these all are like a very large volume LLM, we will call it as large language models. They are trained with a very, very large volume of data. Because of that, clear? Because of that large data set what we gave it, it was able to do it. Any questions, guys?
No, sir.
Hi, Arjun.
Yes.
So on the data you presented on the screen, the column 60, would you say that column where you had the rock or the mine, would you call that the independent variable?
Dependent. It is not independent, it is dependent.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
It's a dependent. These all are independent variables. This is a dependent variable.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any more? That's it. Okay. Any more questions, guys? See, guys, again, I'm saying this all, whatever we have done it, you will know it within no time. As we move forward, once you know with the fundamentals, within no time, you will be able to do all these things. Without any problem, you will be able to. Clear? Now, for this to go over here, now deep learning or machine learning. So as I told you, first we need to know the Python. Okay? You have to know the Python. So what we are going to do it is, we will learn the required, what are necessary, we will be learning from the Python. To proceed further with our AI, what are required, we will learn it. Because if I start giving the Python, okay, then the Python itself will take like at least 2 months. And our course duration is 3 months. So we can't complete it. So what we planned it, we are going to give you some basic understanding of Python, so that psychologically you will be feeling that, yes, I know Python. Okay. Now, after that, we will be jumping into the Python. We will be taking like basic, very much basic Python. Like what is this is, what is variables? What is data types? What are like string functions? Okay. And we are going to see the if condition. We are going to see the for loop. And then we are going to see the list. And then we are going to see the lambda function. Okay, like this. These are the very much basics we are going to learn it. Now, again, this is like as per our requirement, we are moving further. Okay, as per our requirement, we are moving further with this. But if you want to go step by step, as I told you, it will take like 2 months. So what we are going to do it is, we are going to provide you with 170 videos of Python. Now, these things we will be completing, which is more than enough for us to move forward in our path of data science, artificial intelligence. But when it comes to the case, like if you want to become an expert, you will be having these videos at your comfort zone, at your time, leisure time. You can go through them, 170 videos. And in any of the videos you got stuck or you're not getting that concept, then please let me know. We will make it a weekend class and I will try to rectify. I love to do that. Okay. Because as I told you, there is a strict deadlines we are going with. Now, if I take the entire step by step, it will take over 6 months. Okay. So I'm going to do it in a slowly, what is required for us. Then after that, we are going to jump into the mainstream, like NumPy, Pandas. Okay. NumPy, Pandas, and feature engineering, etc. All these things we are going to put and we'll move forward along with a bit of statistics. Okay. Then after this, we will jump into the AI, artificial intelligence. I will explain you what is the ML, and then I will explain you the ML like an overview about this, because we don't require ML. We will go a deep learning, very detailed, very detailed. We are going to go with the deep learning. And once you are done with the deep learning, we are going to go with the generative AI. Okay, so this is the way we are going to go for. So we will start with the variables, data types, and all these things. And then we will go with the NumPy, Pandas, and statistics with a feature engineering, a bit of feature engineering. And then we are going to jump into the AI, ML, deep learning, and generative AI. Okay. Now, yeah, and what we will be doing is, tomorrow, yes, we will be having a class tomorrow. We will be doing with the starting with the Python fundamentals. Like what are the things we talked about over here? We are going to do it one after the other, all these things. It may take like not more than 3-4 days class. And once we are done with this, we will be jumping into the NumPy. Okay, so first tomorrow we will be having a class at 8:30, and then once we are done with this basics of you know variables, data types, strings, if condition, for loop, list, and all these things one after the. These all are required from our future prospects. That's why we are learning this. Then we will learn this NumPy, Pandas. These are very important, and a bit of statistics as per the requirement. And then we will jump into the AI, ML along with the feature engineering. We will be doing. Now, first, today, what we are going to do it is, I will show you how to download this Jupyter Notebook. Whatever we have done it just now, Jupyter Notebook over here, I will just show you. So, first, you should understand one thing. Python is I'm just giving an overview, that's it. Python is a computer programming language. What do you mean by computer programming language means? Actually, it helps us to communicate with the computers. Okay, so usually what will happen is, now I'm over here somewhere sitting in India. Okay, this is me, and I'm having a class of students with me. There are some participants. Now I'm communicating with you, all of them. I'm communicating all of them, and all of them are responding to my, they are understanding and they are raising their doubts, and I'm understanding and clarifying their doubts. How is this possible? This is possible through a language. We call it as a language. Okay. But the same thing, what will happen is, if this is me or you want to communicate with this computer. Okay. We use a language called as computer programming language. This is what is called as computer programming language. Okay. Now, here, what I'm doing, I'm communicating with you all by speaking out. I'm speaking out loud and a language, common language in English, and you people understand, and you are raising the queries, and I can understand and I can clarify. So this is a mutual discussion, what is going on, communication. But when it comes to the computer, how this happens? So this happens, the communication between the human and the computer happens by passing the instruction. Okay, we will pass the instructions away. Now the question is, how you will pass these instructions? I will pass the instructions over here to my computer. Okay, the communication between the human and the computer happens by passing the instructions. Okay, I will just put it. What is computer programming language? This is nothing but it is a means of communication between human and the computer. Human and computer. Okay. Now, how this communication happens? This communication happens by passing instructions. Communication is successfully done by passing instructions. Okay, by passing instructions. Now the question is, how you will pass this instruction? Instructions means you are saying to the computer to do something. In nothing but you are giving a task to the computer, and computer will do the things. Now the $1,000,000 question is, how you will pass these instructions? We will pass these instructions. Instructions are passed through editor. Through editor. Editor means just like normal in English, editor means where we can edit the things. That is what is called as an editor. Now, for example, if I say that notepad, yes, notepad is an editor. This is an editor. We can edit the things over here. You can write anything and you can edit it. But here we will not pass the instructions in this editor. We will not pass it in this editor. We will pass it in a specialized editor, which is powered with the Python. That editor is nothing but your Jupyter Notebook. One of the editors is Jupyter Notebook. Now, the thing, what is the difference between normal editor and this editor means this editor is powered with the Python. Normal editor is just a normal editor. Here we will not write the code. Here we will write the code. Okay. So this is called as an editor. Okay. I will take it as a new one over here. Now you will understand a bit of it. This is the editor. You will write it, whatever you want to write it, you can write it over here. Now, if I write it print, I will write it like good evening, everyone. Now here, observe it. I'm writing it over here, print, P-R-I-N-T, print, in small case, in lower case. And I'm starting with the parenthesis and ending with the parenthesis, and whatever the message I want to print it, I'm putting within the quotes. Now, these are some rules I have to follow. That's been set up by the Python people. So we have to follow these rules. Okay. So now if I run this one, you will see you will get an output. Good evening, everyone. Clear. This is what I got it. Good evening, everyone. Okay. Now, This is called as an editor, which is powered with Python. Now, if I take it the same thing and I will put it on over here with this, I will go with our normal notebook. Here you see, if I put it on the same thing, I will not get any output over here if I'm running also. So this is an editor which is powered with Python. So this editor which is powered with Python is called as a IDE. Not only with Python, any relevant language. Okay, what is this called as? IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Okay, I ran a mistake over here. Environment. Okay, now integrated development environment. Clear? This is nothing but your one of the many Python IDEs. So the professional terminology, we will use the IDE, or in general English or when a common language, we call it as an editor. Okay, in general conversation among the developers, they will call it as editor, or you can use the IDE. Clear? Now you got it? Now, whenever we are writing this, anything over here, any instruction in this editor. Now, you see this? What is that? We have done it. Print, parenthesis, ending with a parenthesis, and we started with the quotes. Now, again, I will write one more print. I will give it over here like 2108 over here. Now, I'm running it this one. I will get it 21. Now, here I put it within the quotes. Here I'm not putting within the quotes. Now, these are some of the rules we have to follow. Whenever there is a message or a string, then we will put it in the quotes. And whenever there is a number, no need to put it. Again, you will learn while we move forward. So this is how the things will be working out. Okay. Now, yeah, this is how the things will be working out. Now, these are the rules. These rules, we call it as syntax. Okay. Now just imagine, I'm not ending up this one with the parenthesis. I started with the parenthesis. I'm not ending up. Now, actually, these rules are called as syntax. But this will trigger an error. What kind of error it will be? Syntax error. See? Syntax error. That clearly says that you are violating the coding standards or you're violating the rules over there. Okay, so what is the rule over here? Here I was supposed to complete this. Now you will not have anything like this. Okay, so while writing the code, we need to follow some rules. These rules are called as syntax, and violating these rules will result in the syntax error. Clear? You are clear with this? Now, whatever you write it over here in the editor, we call it as a code or a program. Code or a program. Now, this you must be knowing it. I'm just giving it to the people who are very new to the programming. Okay. Now, for this, writing these instructions, whatever you write it over here, we also call it in the professional terminology statements. Okay, from here on, whenever I'm referring to one line over here, this I will call it as statement. Don't get confused. The statement is a line which is written in our editor. Okay, now here I wrote one line. You can write multiple lines also over here. Now the print is a function which is used to print a value onto the screen. This you can take it as an output screen. This is a code. And this is a code environment, and this is a output screen. Okay, so like this you will be writing it. So to write it, we need this editor. What is this called as? Jupyter Notebook. So how to install this Jupyter Notebook? Just do it like this. Go to your CMD, that is N, command prompt. And here is a CMD. I go to the open. It will open it. Just here, what you can do it is pip install Jupyter Notebook. Sorry, install notebook. That's it, not Jupyter Notebook. Okay, now this is for the Windows. I'm showing the Mac and Linux and all. You can go to their relevant website. Here I'm showing you the website, the Jupyter Notebook website. Jupyter Notebook official website over here. See. Okay, click on this and you go down. You will find it live. Install. Sorry, here you click on install. Now you can see this. There is a Jupyter Lab is there, which is a product of the Jupyter Notebook people. Now here, this is what I wrote it. This is what I wrote it over here. Now, that's what I did it over here. Here you see. Just you type enter and it will start the installation. That's it. Pip install notebook. Yeah, it will take some time to install, like few minutes. So it is done. Based on the internet speed. Yeah, it's done. That's it. I got the prompt back. It's done. I want to open it up as here the instruction says. If you want to open, just type Jupyter Notebook. If you want to install, pip install Jupyter Notebook. And when you want to open it up, use the Jupyter Notebook over here. Okay, you can use it. Jupyter Notebook. Now I'm showing you in a simplest way. Now there is one more way is also there. Now this will open up the Jupyter Notebook. You see, it is open. First time when you open it, you will get it something like this. With all the files, folders, what is existing with your C drive. You will get it simple. Now, if you have desktop, click on desktop and you will enter into the desktop environment. This is nothing but this one. Okay. And here, if you want to create a new folder, again, I will tell you tomorrow, but again, I will show you now. Look at this new on the right hand side. You can see this new, or you can if you are not, you're not having any desktop visible over here. Don't worry about that. Just go to the new here, click on the new. You will get, you go down over here. The last option, can you see it? New folder. Click on this. I will give it over here. You will get a new folder over here with untitled folder. Just click on this and delete it and put on the name, whatever you want to do it. Like I will give it as DURGASOFT, like 8:30 p.m. Okay. Now, of course, I will say that Gen-AI. Right? With 8:30. Now, once I type enter over here, once I type enter, now you will get a folder over here. Just double click on that folder, you will enter into that folder. Now you create a file. Now again, go to the new, go to this Python 3. Can you see it? Again, I will show you guys. This is the one we will enter. We created a folder. Just now I showed you how to create a folder. Go to the new and go to the down last option, new folder, and then you enter the name. Once you click on this, you will be getting this. Okay. Now here, what I'll do it is, I want to create a editor. Now, whatever the editor we created just now like this, I want to create one editor over here. So what I'll do it over here, new Python 3. Just click on this. That's it. You will get the editor. Automatically the editor will be open. First, you will get it over here, untitled, and then a new tab will be opened where you will get the untitled one. Click on this, the first one, untitled, and give a title. You can give it any name, like I gave it just like before, demo. You can give it demo or first program, first notebook, or anything. That's it. And here, print, or everything should be lowercase, and I'm giving it parenthesis, and you can give it any message. As I told you, if the number is there, no need to put it in the quotes. If it is a message is there, you have to put it in the quotes. Now I'm putting in the quotes like welcome to Python class. Yeah. So you will be getting welcome to the Python. So this is the way we will be moving forward with this. Clear? So we have done with the installation. We have done it with a basic understanding of what is this programming language. So this one. What's a programming language and what is how the communication happens through IDE, that is called as integrated development environment, and whatever you write over there, we are going to follow some rules. These rules are called as syntax, and whatever you write it over there, that is called as a statement. Okay, so I will stop it over here, and tomorrow first task, once again I will show you how to do the installation of this. I'm saying starting of the class, I will show you how to install the Jupyter Notebook, and then I will explain you one after the other, the smallest concepts, and then we will move and write the code. I strongly recommend you to do it simultaneously. Okay, if you are not getting, please let me know. Okay, I will help you out in understanding. Okay, any queries, guys?
Arjun, you just said tomorrow. Do we have class tomorrow, Monday?
Tomorrow is Monday. Tomorrow is Saturday. Tomorrow we have the class.
Okay, so this class continues still.
Yeah, today and tomorrow we will continue the class. Tomorrow we will have the class.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
And Arjun, like if we have to enroll it, right, then only we will be able to attend, right, from tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, and it is like it is not like every weekend, right, we will be having.
No. Only this weekend we will have.
Okay.
Any more questions, please? I'm not sure that tomorrow the link will be changed. I think on Monday the link will be changing. So tomorrow you can attend on the same link. I don't think so it will be a problem. You can attend that tomorrow the same link. On Monday the link will be completely changed. Only the people who are enrolled will be having that link. Tomorrow I think we will be having the same link. Okay.
Sure.
Okay then. Thank you very much. So I'm just stopping the class over here, and let's meet tomorrow to continue with these things. Tomorrow I will give you some very much fundamentals before entering into the important concepts of the Python, and all these 70 videos, 170 videos, you will be getting it, once you enroll it, and then you can take your own time. By the time we complete our course, you can become perfect with the Python. And if you face anything, any problem, please let me know ahead so that I can help you out taking a special class. You will be comfortable with that. Okay? Chalo. Thank you very much, guys. Let's meet tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.